Hello! It's certainly been quite the year so far for my cooked upload schedule, but with the release of BT6 Update 49, Ninja Kiwi has once again dropped some juicy news for the future. And this time, it's for the next 3 updates. For those who are out of the loop, Ninja Kiwi sometimes drops news about future updates at the end of their Reddit update notes whenever a new update comes out. These sections have intel that is arguably more exciting than the update itself, and this time we have news on what's planned for version 50, 51, and 52, so let's jump into it. Starting off with Update 50, we're getting a new Vanilla Ice hero. New heroes are always an exciting time, and this one sounds chilling. Please don't unsub. Now what we can make out is that this hero is probably going to synergize with ice monkeys in some way. On the surface, that sounds great, but how can you really synergize with ice monkeys? Ice monkeys usually play the role of support with the exception of the bottom path, but that's just one path that's usually outclassed anyway. Ice monkeys aren't really something where you add to them, since you mainly add them to other strategies. You add seasoning to food, and not add food to seasoning. This is why I think this hero could be more of a DPS-ish tower. It'll probably still buff ice monkeys in some way, but I think it'll focus more on DPS while being supported by ice monkeys. That's about all I've got to say gameplay-wise for the Vanilla Ice hero. Design-wise though, I really hope it'll be inspired by the Vanillite Pokemons. These Pokemon resemble ice cream, and it'd be sort of a waste to not have this hero resemble them in some way, especially with the name Vanilla Ice, as that screams ice cream. On to the next thing in Update 50, Powers Pro. To be honest, I wasn't really excited for this at first. I mean, powers are useful here and there, but they're not really something you'd rely on past the early game. But it's mentioned how it was a thing back in BTA 5, so I did some digging. Back in BTA 5, special agents, which are basically the powers of BTA 5, had this upgrade system. Basically, you could unlock a pro version for each special agent, giving you a stronger, more impactful version of that special agent. So it sounds like Ninja Kiwi is trying to bring the system to the powers in BTA 6, as they specifically mentioned that they want to keep pros impactful even in late rounds and free play. If they manage to make powers feel like a meaningful part of your strategy, then it would definitely get more people using powers. But I think a decent amount of people see powers as cheating, so as cool as it sounds, it seems like it'll be something where once you unlock it, you'll never end up touching it again. That's all for Update 50. Next up is Update 51, and there's 4 additions planned for this update. The first of which, we're getting a new boss. Now we were given no intel at all, just the fact we're getting a new boss soon. But either way, bosses from now on will be completely original ideas, since all bosses from Bloons Monkey City are now in BT6. I don't really have anything else to say or predict about since we have no intel, but a new boss is always cool. For the next thing in Update 51, Oben is getting a new Skeletor hero skin. This makes Oben the first hero to have more than 3 skins to choose from. Yeah, that's about all there is to say, but my boy Corvus still needs a skin, bro. Next up, Ninja Kiwi plans to add more ways to play with friends. This is something BT6 really needs. Co-op is fun, and events such as Contested Territory and Boss Rush are fun, but that's about it, and they get quite stale after a while. It wasn't stated how we would be able to play with friends, but my guess is that they might add a new co-op mode or something. Aside from that, the only other ways I can think of are Rogue Legends and custom maps. Custom maps especially, since that opens the door for many more opportunities. On to the last and probably most anticipated thing planned for Update 51, the game editor. Now this has been talked about since the Update 44 patch notes, and I even talked about it in my last discussion video. Now in that video, I mentioned how it seems that we might be able to create non-tower defense games in BT6. Now while I still don't really think that's the case, the fact that Ninja Kiwi's been working on this for like 8 updates, trying to include almost every game item, script, and behavior, makes me think that what I said might actually happen. There's not too much more to talk about, but if Ninja Kiwi has been working on it for this long, then it's easily their biggest and most anticipated project yet. Anyways, that's all for Update 51. Lastly is Update 52. The first thing planned is a new Frontier Legends. It'll be a Western themed Legends, and we actually have a teaser for it right now on the Legends screen. Based on how they're saying it, it's likely going to be different from the structure of Rogue Legends. I can't really think of any ideas how, but if it was originally planned to release alongside Desperado, then it's going to be filled with all sorts of Western gimmicks and cultures. Next up is a planned Paragon or Hero skin. Ninja Kiwi says whatever comes comes will be based on community feedback. Me personally, I'm hoping on a new Paragon. I think it'll likely be a Magic Paragon. Each category has 3 Paragons with the exception of Magic and Support, but the latest Paragon is from the Support category, and the last Magic Paragon we got was the Wizard Paragon, which came in Update 37. So it's quite likely that it will be a Magic Paragon. If it is a Magic Paragon, then it has to be the Druid. People have been wanting this for a long time, and it's currently the best choice for the Magic category. Super Monkey has the VTSG, which leaves the Alchemist or Druid to get a Paragon, and I think most people would choose the Druid over the Alchemist. But anyways, that's all there is to say about the future updates of BTD6. Lots of juicy news was announced today, and it's really exciting. I'm personally excited for the Vanilla Ice hero and the new boss, but I'm sure I'll have a blast with everything. Anyways, tell me in the comments what you're most excited about for the future of BTD6. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you all in the next one. See ya.